Hi Josh, Alan Cockrell with ABC, hitting coordinator with the Arizona Diamondbacks. I'm going to run through your video today. Take a look at some things. I see a little bit of a toe tap in your load, which is good. One of the main things that we need to remember in the load is not to sway back with your body. You do a good job of that. Just watching this video in slow motion, it looks as though the timing of your load is maybe slightly late, as you're starting your swing as soon as that stride foot lands, and we want to have a little bit of separation in that foot lands, and then I can start my swing with the back side of my body, mainly that back knee, driving into the front side. And really the thing that tells me this the most is just by looking at the position of your stride foot. When you land, it starts to open very quickly, which is going to bring the barrel of the bat across our body in and out of the zone very, very quickly. So just going to load it up now. We look here now at the load position, and I like what I'm seeing with this load. It looks like that you're getting to the inside part of the back leg. This knee is staying inside that stride foot. When I was saying we don't want to sway back, if we sway back, that whole weight will get on top of this back leg. This knee on the back side won't be inside the stride foot. It'll basically be stacked on top of that foot. So this is a good job of getting weight into the back side. Now as we start to take it forward, when the foot lands, there's a position now that all hitters get into at this particular time. And when I look at this, what tells me that it makes me think that you're loading late is your front side is really starting to rush and hurry up to get to the ball. Okay, at this particular point, we want to see equal bend in both knees. I see a little bit more bend in this back knee than I do in the front knee. We want both knees inside of our feet. That's basically for balance purposes. Now we want these hips to be squared up. I want that hip line to be right here, just like this. And I see just a little bit of tilt in your hip line. We want the shoulders to be square, hands shoulder height, separated back behind the back knee. Okay. At this particular point, I want to see the head sitting over the belt buckle, somewhere in this area. And when I look at your head, we're back more on this back leg, which tells me we're rushed. We've got to start our swing. Okay. As soon as this hip starts to open up quickly, that makes our swing very one-dimensional. We can handle a pitch probably thigh high, middle in, but anything on the outer part of the plate, anything off speed, curveball, slider, changeup, anything off speed running away from us, it's going to be very difficult to stay on this pitch. One of the other things that I look at specifically with guys is we don't want the stride foot opening up beyond a 45-degree angle. You're at 57 right here, so that just tells me that you're rushed, and this front side is really going to get out of there a little bit quickly. If this were more in this area at a 45-degree angle, that would make your hips more square, and we'd get away from this tilt where it starts to open out a little bit too quick. Okay, so I'll run it forward. Okay, now the stride foot opens up even more, which opens up this front hip even more. Okay, and now as we run forward in the swing, when we get to contact, I see some pretty good things at contact. I see that the hands are in a palm up, palm down position. I like the fact that your head and eyes are looking right down the barrel of the bat at contact. And I think, Josh, it's important for you to know that whenever our head and eyes leave the hitting area and come up to follow the fly of the ball, essentially our swing is over at that point. The barrel of the bat will follow the direction of the head and eyes. So, excuse me, it's a good habit to get into in any time you're doing any type of cage work, whether it be flip, soft toss, tee work. Let's get into the habit of leaving the head and eyes down in the hitting area for at least one count, maybe even two counts past contact, so we can get to full extension, get through that ball, and finish off our swing. Okay, So you do a good job there. We'll run forward now. Pass contact, okay? The extension is good through the ball. It looks like this pitch was probably middle in. And again, that would be a pitch that we could handle when our stride foot and our front hip start to leave just a little bit quickly. So the best way to work on something like this is just practice getting into a good hitting position. Okay, so we're going to load. We're going to get that foot down. All right, and we're going to do it early enough that this foot can be at a 45-degree angle. We're going to do it early enough to where these hips are squared up and this head is sitting right over the belt buckle. Now I'm going to place a tee out here on the outer third of the plate, just off of or just slightly inside of our stride foot. Okay, and I'm going to put a ball there. Now if I'm in a cage, this is a drill where I'm working to the right side of the cage. If I'm on a field, this is a drill where I'm working line drives through the second baseman, or maybe even line drives into right center field. But in order to be able to do this front side, this front hip, it can't leak open. It can't open up prematurely. This foot can't open up prematurely and still get to contact and get good extension through this ball. If we're doing this drill in a cage, we want to stay off the top of the net. So if our front side flies, our hands drag, the barrel of the bat sweeps through the ball, there's a pretty good chance that I'm going to hit this ball into the top of the net, into the top of the cage. Okay? If I stay on this ball with my front hip, my front side stays in there, and now all the weight that's gathered up into the back leg, it transfers forward into this front leg. That allows me perfect position to be able to release the barrel and extend through the ball in, middle, and this ball that's out here on the outer third. Okay, and really the only thing that changes is the contact point, where I make contact out in front of my body. But this drill will help you stay on this pitch. This drill will help you get into the proper position to be able to stay on this ball and hit through this ball with maximum bat speed. Again, this is a result that we might get with the front side opening up a little bit too quickly, the front hip starting to fly. We might cast our hands out and around this ball and keep it off the top of the cage, but it would end up being a ground ball to the left side of the cage. And again, this outer third pitch is a ball that we want to drive through the right side, and if it's elevated, thigh high, it's a good ball to hit. So just want to put my body in a position to allow the barrel of the bat to get to contact and then extend and get full extension through this ball and stay on it and drive it and hit as hard as we can. Really the one common denominator of all good hitters is their ability to stay on the ball that's outer half and hit through that ball with a flat barrel, with the barrel staying in the hitting zone for a long period of time, and they can hit the ball effectively to the other side of the field, meaning not the pull side, but the off field, if you will, and that's why they hit for higher averages. So this would be a drill that I think, Josh, would really help you become the best hitter that you could be. And again, it's just all the positions that we get our body into, and allowing us to keep the barrel traveling through the strike zone, and then extending through the ball post contact. And when our front side starts to leave us a little bit early, really we take away the opportunity of handling the pitch that's out there on the outer third, and any type of off-speed pitch that's left up in the zone, and it's a ball that we should hit. So this is a drill I think will help you, and I want to wish you